Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about we went bumper free last week.
Bumper free.
And one part of this, so our podcast has sections, as you may or may not know. But last week we kind of took the bumpers off, and this week I kind of let go of the sections. I mean, I wrote an outline, but I let go of the sections entirely. And part of this was a workflow decision in that, well, you can explain why.
Well, like anything, we're trying to explore and experiment with keeping things fresh and finding what we do best.
But I mean, as far as workflow, you were editing the full thing together and putting in the bumpers, and then after the fact, editing out the bumpers as you were.
Oh, right.
So you kind of found you were doing the work twice.
Yeah. We have, once we build up the show as one piece, then I have to chop those bumpers into it.
Right, and so you made the very good point of you don't want to do work twice.
Right.
But yeah, then as far as a creativity reason, we are trying to engage
you, the viewer,
in a more spontaneous conversation, and that you find you, Peter, when you're editing us, find us more engaging when we're actually talking to each other.
Yeah, I think that's kind of any kind of talk radio or podcasting or anything is. The prepared stuff is usually kind of informational.
Yeah. But that the bonus that you and I bring to the table is that we like each other and have a certain amount of chemistry.
Chemistry, like basil and garlic.
Yeah.
I think when you're too prepared, it comes closer to what we dread of explaining things, because you go off on like a monologue of here's things that we've thought about, here's where we've come to our conclusions about them. I think the most, because we looked at the podcasts that we really enjoy listening to, and how a lot of it tends to be people that are coming up with, you bring your prepared stuff, but then like together coming up with ideas and concepts.
Yeah, it's the bouncing off of each other that's the entertainment.
Because the talk show format of just two people talking at each other, telling these are my findings.
Right.
It's not very fun to watch unless you're like a total information,
Well, and something that this made me think about is because the mark of a good talk show I think of is its effortlessness. Like that's always, Conan O'Brien's strong suit is not interviews, and so when he talks to people who he doesn't know, those are clearly very stilted conversations and maybe sometimes a little over produced. But it's not necessarily that some people are good at conversations and some people aren't, but that you can practice getting better at stuff.
Yeah.
That it's surprising what you can practice and get better at.
Well, that's always one of those.
And one of them being having a personality.